are a couple of days away from whatever we're going to get here. A little bit of rain and freezing rain and some sleet, maybe a flurry or two. We're not quite sure exactly on that just yet. Our chief meteorologist, Chevy Chevalier, is here. We're going to talk about what's going to happen here. Another busy day with these weather models, right?
Yeah, another busy day. The key to today update is that they did expand the winter storm watch and includes most of the Midlands now. Still not for the southern, and it might not be. And, you know, they'll probably upgrade this, JR, you know, tomorrow to a winter storm warning, maybe even later tonight. They already updated the out to the west, that to a winter storm warning.
So are the models tonight consistent? Are they all coming together now, or do you have some that are doing one thing and some are doing another?
It's a little better in agreement. The one is still tracking a little bit to the north, but they're actually agreeing on the accumulations for, you know, the ice accumulations. And, you know, we go through this, what we call the GPS. I still say, Jerry, you know, 6 p.m. Saturday night through the overnight hours and into Sunday morning is a crucial period. That's the best chance for freezing rain and sleet, freezing rain being, of course, the most dangerous. But this one even is showing, you know, a change over to rain later on Sunday and ending by Monday. But you talk about, you know, the chance for ice accumulations, and we're looking at them both agreeing, almost like actually the one that shows more rain has a little bit more in the way of ice. So, but they are a lot closer, anywhere from 1/10 of an inch up to 1/2 an inch. Of course, the farther you go to the north, the better chance you have to see, you know, ice. And this is the other one. This is the one that shifted to track a little to the north. About the same, you know, anywhere from 1/10 or 2/10 or 1/4 inch all the way up to maybe an inch up in our northern counties. So, yeah, that's the most dangerous stuff, the freezing rain. And, you know, I was talking earlier, you might not get freezing rain on the pavement, but the power lines, which cool down a lot faster than the ground, and the power lines, tree branches, house, whatever that's not on the ground, you might get freezing rain on there,
right,
and still have an issue with power outages, down lines and stuff.
Talking about power outages and down lines, I have some video I want to show our viewers at home. This is what can happen with some freezing rain when it happens. You see there, it's in the trees. Trees are coming down on top of power lines. Power lines are coming down. This ice weighs a ton, and it can really cripple a neighborhood depending on how much ice falls in your area.
Yeah, it's crazy what they said. Wasn't it like from one pole to the next, one line can have like 500 pounds of freezing ice or something like that on there? So, it's really heavy. And of course, it knocks down branches, and that knocks down power lines. So it's just a mess, you know. And whether or not the pavement sees, you know, 32 degrees or freezing, and we get that, we still might have the power outages. And of course, the biggest problem with that, and I keep wanting to remind people, to the bitter cold that's coming our way next week. I mean, we're talking down to about 12 degrees, right? And, you know, we were explaining this too. You get rain, that's when you just got, you know, rain falling through warm air up above us. And then freezing rain, you got warm air, and then you freeze on the surface. It's 32 or below. And then the sleet, you have cold air, it melts during a warm pocket of air above us, and then it freezes again. You get little pellets, and that's what the sleet is. That's a lot better because it bounces off power lines. It still can accumulate on the ground, but it's easier to get off the ground, too.
All right, the freezing rain on the roads. If we get like a little small amount, it's still dangerous to be on the roads. But compare that if you can. Like if we get like 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain, say in Sumter, compared to 1/2 an inch of freezing rain in Lexington, driving conditions got to be a lot different, right?
I think so. I mean, 1/10 of an inch, and they're treating the road. So you might get a tension with it. They put that brine down and salt or whatever they do. It might be okay for 1/10 of an inch, but you're talking, you get about 1/4 inch or more, then you're looking at a lot more dangerous situation. Of course, the more, the worse it is, but still, 1/4 inch of ice is still very dangerous.
Right. The last big ice storm we had here was February 2014. About 12 years ago. We had about 1/2 inch of ice then all around the Midlands in certain areas, and some 360,000 homes were without power. So if we get a significant amount of freezing rain, we're going to have those power outages.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar. I don't know how much they've upgraded the infrastructure, but you're looking at similar power outages. That lasted a long time, right?
Right.
They lasted several days.
Several days in some areas.
It's going to be like 12 degrees Tuesday morning, so we want to make sure that you got a way to stay warm.
How locked in are we now with this current forecast and this current track?
Of course, it gets better the closer we get. We got another day to go through tomorrow and Friday night. But I think that you see that agreement with the ice accumulations and all that. So that's encouraging that, we got another model that goes out 72 hours. We're starting to see the beginning of the storm there. So we're going to show you that here with the full forecast. But it has a little less with the amounts, but it still has a chance for freezing rain.
All right, so Fairfield